This video will be titled "Why Simps Get Mad When Men Criticize Black Women." The reason simps get mad, the underlying reason why simps get mad is because I'm trying to find a good example of this. Okay, it's like let's say you got a friend and he has a Honda and he loves that Honda, right? And he pulls up beside you and you have, let's say, a Jaguar, Mercedes Benz, right? And he's bragging about his Honda and how good it is and all that kind of stuff, right? And you might say to him, you like, that's cool, but me personally, I don't like Hondas. And you'll say things like, they ride too low to the ground, they cheap, you don't like the design of them. You know what I'm saying? And he'll personally get offended by that because what you have revealed to him is that you have higher standards than him. And that really burns a lot of guys up, really offends a lot of guys. It's like, let's say, if you said you got a guy who loves black women or whatever, and you might be black and you might be like, well, I don't really care for black women like that. I like Hispanic women or Asian or whatever. You might be like, to me, they're prettier. They act better, and you offended you offend those types of black men because, like I said before, you reveal to them that you have higher standards than him, and that kind of that really fucks up a lot of men because what they love, what they find good enough, you don't find good enough. You see what I'm saying? Like some dudes like Jordans and shit and whatever other shit that a lot of these cats be wearing, like to wear these street dudes. And dude, he might come around you thinking he's fresh, super fresh. And you might have your suit and tie on and you sharp and everything like that, and you don't give a damn about how he's dressed or whatnot. You think he look foolish, right? He'll get offended by that because what you have revealed to him is that what he finds to be excellent or quality, you find to be of a lower quality. Because there's another thing about like black people and black dudes and shit. In the black community, having a woman is like a status symbol to black guys. And it's like, it doesn't really matter how how the quality of the woman. As long as you got a woman in the black community, you're considered having status. Whether the woman is a whore or a baby mama and shit, that's status. And those types of guys are usually arrogant. Like, you know how black guys be? They be like, you can't get a woman. You know what I'm saying? That's their number one comeback or shaming tactic. Where they'll say, nigga, you ain't getting no pussy. That's how niggas do. And they might be getting sex or whatnot, but the quality of the woman is low. You And what you're saying, essentially saying, when you don't find most black women good enough, is that, but what I just said, you don't find most black women good enough. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. Whether black people want to admit it or not, the majority of black women are of a lower category. And I'm not just talking about financial either. Because you can be high class and broke, high class and poor. I've seen people who were in the project when I was growing up in the 80s. This is in the 80s. Girls who were in the projects who were fairly decent. You don't see that anymore. Matter of fact, you can be a black girl who grew up in the suburbs and still not be shit. You can be a black girl and have your father in the home, mother in the home, and guess what? Still not be shit. And it's almost like nowadays, and you a black guy or whatever, you consider yourself a high quality dude. It's like having a black woman is like it's like a knock on your status. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you got some things going for yourself, but you got your black woman on the side. Because people generally know what generally comes along with black women. You know what I'm saying? They know about their uncouth behavior, and black women aren't seen as classy women. You know what I'm saying? Black women generally come with kids by other men, which most decent men of high status and caliber don't seriously date or marry. And attitudes, and black women have a lot of sex with a lot of different men, and black women tend to gravitate toward the degenerate more so than the higher status guy. When they want the higher status guy, that's when they have two or three kids. Nobody wants them anymore. They done rode the carousel. Now they want that, but in general, they gravitate toward the degenerate. And here, and like, cause I work with black women, and I see black women, and I know white guys who act thuggish and shit, no job, probation, all that type of smoke weed, get high. Black women love like those types of white guys. They go for those guys too, degenerate white guys. And where other races of women tend to gravitate toward the decent men. It's just like niggas will always use like um they'll always say shit like white women do it too, and they do, but to a lower extent. Because I live in a multiracial society, and I see white women, and most white women are with pretty regular white guys, dudes with jobs and shit. Whereas black women tend to be with niggas with no job, motherfuckers getting off probation, on probation, weed heads, dudes with 4 and 5 baby mamas. I think what it boils down to is that black people in general in America have a very low vibration. And what I mean by vibration, have a very low mentality. It's very base and very low. I'm gonna give you a good example, like black comedians, and I'm gonna touch on this on the video too. If you notice, most black comedians, they always, in order to be a black comedian, it's almost like all you have to do is curse and talk about sex. You know what I'm saying? You don't have many black Seinfelds and shit who have that highbrow type of comedy and shit. And, and even if you did, he wouldn't be successful in the black community because black people have a very low sort of vibration where we gravitate and we're familiar with the very base, very low. Like if you get on a video and start talking all intellectual and shit, most black people don't get it. They don't care for that type of shit because they don't understand. But when you start talking that low vibration nigga shit, they there because they can relate to that. But I know I went way off topic, but hope you all get the gist of what I'm saying.